Hallo und herzlich willkommen zu einer neuen Folge Let's Play Final Fantasy XI mit Alwyb. Wir brauchen jetzt erst wieder so eine Ephramadian Gold Coin. Dazu müssen wir nach Nashmeira und dann raus nach Mir zu dem Grabstein, wo wir schon mal diesen Geist getroffen und bekämpft haben. So, da sind wir wieder. Jetzt muss ich nur schauen, welcher Grabstein war denn das. Da muss ja irgendwo die Markierung sein. War das der hier? Müsste es sein. Ja, Ephramadian Gold Coin. Okay. Und dann muss ich nach Mir. Da geht's am einfachsten. Also ich bin ja in Mir, aber woanders hin. Ich muss wieder zu diesem Arapago Reef. Da geht's, glaube ich, am einfachsten über den Staging Point. Ich habe jetzt nämlich herausgefunden, warum ich nicht im Staging Point reisen konnte. Ich hatte noch ein Assault Permit. Und dann geht's nur in den Staging Point, wo ich das Assault habe, und von da aus komme ich dann nicht raus in die freie Welt. So, ich bin jetzt hier in der Chamber of Passage. Von ihm hier habe ich mir schon eine Erlaubnis geholt. Jetzt kann ich nämlich hier im Runic Portal ich kann direkt mit Imperial Standing bezahlen. Zum Vuka Isle Staging Point müsste das sein. Okay, dann bin ich jetzt hier und genau da will ich auch hin. So, und jetzt müssen wir wieder hier irgendwo rein. Ich glaube, hier irgendwo ist der Eingang. So, hier sind wir mal wieder. Mal schauen, wo... Ach, Cutscene beginnt schon allein schon, wenn ich mich annähere. Wow. You have returned to this haunted place. Such bravery. You seek to make another foray into the Black Coffin, black and foreboding? Do you wish passage to the Black Coffin? I do. The Ephraimian gold coin you hold will pay your fare. My cutter will bear you to the coffin you seek. Farewell. What are you gonna do with her, boss? His Maleficence awaits. Off the girl, and let's go on with the ceremony in Hassal. We are done, Admiral. Tired of cleaning already? That's what you get for sending a snob to do a swap's job. You do us a disservice, Mr. Flirt. The deck is swept and scrubbed. Afma was only supervising, though. Of young. Shh. Well then, for your next car. Enough lit. I must speak with our guest in private. Oh, the Admiral desires our exclusive company. But we weren't done talk. Flit, do not make me repeat myself. Aye, aye, Captain. You're the boss. How are you feeling? Much recovered. I was told you stayed at my beside throughout that night. I am grateful. It was nothing. But now that you know that you are the Empress, yes? In the past, you would already lie slain at my feet. Do not be concerned. Such a petty act of vengeance no longer stirs my heart. Luzaf. I was once the crown prince of Ephramat. My kingdom was destroyed by the empire of Urhgan while I studied in distant lands. I would not yield to the imperial conquerors and forged the remnants of the Ephraimian navy into a rebel force, the Corsairs. Our battles with the Empire raged day after day after day. And then, during the course of a single night, the entire Corsair fleet was annihilated at the hands of Nashmeira as the ships slept in port. Nashmeira under the control of the Imperial Army. The Black Coffin, the only ship to escape the slaughter, was ambushed by Imperial war galleys and sent to the ocean floor. That is the story of my death. Then you really are dead. A ghost? A ghost? I suppose that I am. But you appear as a living being, solid to the touch. I don't think you could call this existence living. What do you mean? Even now, I am irrevocably chained to the underworld. Does this have something to do with that shadow in Periqua? The shadow? Yes, that form will be my fate, as ordained by Odin, my immortal lord. The form of the Dark Rider? You miss little, I see. As the violent throes of the battered Black Coffin threw me over the side, I sank into the dark, cold waters of oblivion. I made a plea to the Dark God. Great Odin, guardian of the kingdom of Ephramat, I beseech thee. If it is but one swing of my blade, grant me the chance of revenge. It was then that Odin appeared before me. He spoke to me thus: When the age of darkness draws near, I shall grant thy wish. But once thy revenge is complete, thou shalt destroy mine enemy, Alexander. Alexander, the legendary savior who will be reborn in the body of the Iron Giant in the hour of the Empire's greatest need? I am aware of the legend. It is the reason I forged this pact, the chance for revenge against the Empire. The desire consumed my very being. The next time I awoke, I found myself upon the deck of the Black Coffin, afloat at sea. It was as if I had merely slept, a bite for long years. 200 years, isn't that right? Yes. To prepare for my war against the Empire, I joined forces with the Beastmen. I then searched for the automatons, the keys to manipulating the Iron Giant. But I eventually realized, or should I say, was made to realize, my seething wrath was for the Emperor that destroyed my kingdom, and the Empire he ruled during my living years. That Empire no longer exists, and you, Afmau, are not the one against whom I seek revenge. Am I not pitiful, a vengeful shade that has lost his taste for vengeance? You are pitiful. What? You still have the chance to rebuild the kingdom of Ephramat. But I learned a lot living in the temple. I learned a lot living in the temple. The descendants of Ephramat still yearn for the age when their kingdom yet flourished. There are those who still fight for such a reality. You can help them find the path to the kingdom of their dreams. The people of Ephramat survived? But this path you speak of, will it not lead to conflict and bloodshed with the Empire, plunging all once again into the flames of war? Admiral, Prince Luzaf, have you forgotten with whom you speak? Leave the Empire to us. Haha, you are right. And I am still a Corsair. I will take a gamble on this fool's venture. That's the spirit. You must undo this pact with Odin as soon as possible. Yes, I must seek audience with my Dark Lord. Please, boss. The tears won't stop. Flit? Giving up on the revenge business, it's your call. But your crew has been restored, and your ship raised from the ocean floor. The pact must be honored. Your path lies in one direction only, to Hassan, and an existence as the new Dark Rider, incarnation of the great Odin. If you renege on the deal, you know what awaits you and your crew, right? Hassan? What is he talking about? He? What a tragedy. A real shame it is. The poor little Empress floundering in the dark. You spent so much energy playing the part of a puppet master, you never noticed the Grand Vizier pulling your strings. How dare you! Enough, Flit. Went a little bit far there, didn't I? How about I make it up by teaching you about Hassan? It was the site of for arch alchemical experiments that pushed the limits of reason. The reckless fools eventually ripped the very fabric of reality and opened a door into Odin's domain, without even knocking, I might add. Of course, we are using that tier as a shortcut into this world. You have made your point. Let us proceed to Hassan. Yes, proceed. No other choice, really. Are you serious about this, Admiral? I will present myself before Odin and nullify the pact. Yes, nullify. No other choice. Hold on. What's this talk about nullifying? Are you sure, Luzaf? I am sure. Fate's grip is strong, but we are the masters of our own destiny. You taught me that. Me? When I look at you, I feel as I did in my younger days. I remember what it is to hope. There were so many things I didn't know back then, so many things I wanted to learn. Afmau, you are searching for a way to save your empire. A way to save your citizens from despair and misery. To do that, you seek to uncover the truth behind the world in which you live. I do, but... Afmau? Nashmeira? You must come with me. Come to Hassan. Then you shall behold the truth with your own eyes. I will go with you. There are some things in this world better left unknown. Admiral? What is it? The ship appears to have picked up another rat. Alwyb? You know this intruder? That woman is my private mercenary. Please, stay your blades. But why? Why are you here? Why did you board the Black Coffin? To find Luzaf. To what end? Oh, Alwyb, you shouldn't jest. Your link pearl should have been confiscated. Did you call this mercenary? Right, yes. I called you into act as my bodyguard. Isn't that right, Mishing? Right. The old message in a bottle trick. Where do all these medals come from? You expect me to swallow that story? Ahem. But this works out perfectly, boss. You need help if you mean to rebuild your kingdom. The Ephraimian treasure you recovered from the Empire is still stashed in Talaka Cove. And there have been all those immortals sniffing about lately. Immortals? It matters not. The treasure is wielded by a powerful spell of concealment. The only way to pierce the illusion is with a participant eye, and you and I possess the only two in existence. Right, it's a great spell, fantastic. But who knows what those immortals are capable of? There's no guarantee you haven't sucked up some crazy sensory ability from some hapless creatures. That's why we need Alwyb. And Talaka Cove just happens to be on the way to Hasselm. If you give your participant eye to Alwyb, she can work security on the treasure. This is a most loyal mercenary we are talking about here. We can trust her not to swipe the gods and to lead those blue devils off the scent if they get too close. But I need Alwyb by my side. Well, I can't argue with that. If she stays on the ship, we'll just have to submit her to a thorough investigation. Just to be on the safe side, you understand? Wouldn't you agree, First Mate Zalaban? Just play along. Why? Yes, we are the utmost faith. We have the utmost faith in Alwyb. She's the perfect choice to keep our precious treasure safe and sound. Very well. I shall abide you by your judgment. Take this, Alwyb. Keep watch over the treasure until we return to Talaka Cove. But if you sense you are needed, be ready to fly to our side with all haste. So, ups, gleich die nächste Cutscene. Okay. Ach nee. Ich bin jetzt einfach mal nach Talaka Cove teleportiert worden. Und da kommt die nächste Cutscene. Gut. Okay, das hat sich jetzt wirklich gelohnt, da nochmal eine Cutscene reinzubringen. Also gut, dann war's das aber für heute. Wir sehen uns beim nächsten Mal. Bis dahin, macht's gut.